Australia is recognised around the world for its awe-inducing natural beauty and unique flora and fauna. Australians as a people have embraced the raw environment as an extended part of their culture. So much so that the unique cultural identity of Australians is shaped by this relationship with their natural environment and the vast wild land they call home. This relationship runs far deeper than afternoons spent on sandy beaches, however. Australia also has a long history of environmental activism, conservation movements, and eco-political debate. Overseas, Australian designed products and other exports are marketed as clean and green. However, an increasing number of designers are working to deflect this myth by mirroring some of Australia's most abhorrent environmental issues, such as Pomperour's ghost net art, which makes entrancing sculptures from discarded fishing nets, and Skunk Control's dynamic equilibrium, which explores the issue of climate change through an interactive light display. What I've found through my research is that Australian artists and designers are reflecting this cultural connection with environmental advocacy in their work, not only in a surface level way, but rather in a deeply critical way that engages the Australian public through visceral and reflective emotional design dimensions. Designers are raising awareness of environmental issues whilst advocating for societal change, and in the example of GhostNet art, presenting potential solutions for the future or speculating. My aim for this project is twofold. Firstly, I wish to raise awareness of plastic disposal and pollution issues by promoting reflective and critical thought through an engaging sculptural light piece. Secondly, I want to catalyse a shift towards new circular systems and encourage more conscious consumer behaviour. The target audience for this project are young Australians aged 18 to 30 who regularly visit art galleries or museums and are passionate about making a positive change through environmental action. They are critical thinkers, activists, and are socially conscious. So where am I likely to find this target audience? At a university. This is why the intended final display area for my design piece is at a uni campus such as UNSW Art and Design, or more specifically, Queensland University of Technology, the local significance of which will be unravelled further on in the presentation. In response to the case studies I analysed, I chose to explore a separate environmental issue affecting Australians. For this, I chose the problem of plastic pollution and landfill. In 2015, Australians produced 64 million tonnes of waste, according to the National Waste Report. Much of this ended up in landfill, despite a large proportion of it being recyclable. Plastics in particular are a huge issue here because they do not break down easily. In poorly run landfills, some types of plastics often blow away and end up in the natural environment anyway. It's here where the worst damage is done. Plastics have a huge impact on wildlife, both in the ocean and on land, and in addition have found their way into the human food chain as a result. My final design plays with this incorporation of man-made waste and nature. The art installation features a twisted bamboo mesh panel suspended in the air. Attached to the mesh is hundreds of small, round, flower-like models made from used milk bottle plastic. They are suspended using transparent fishing lines so that it looks like they are falling from the panel above without suspension. Each flower contains a small sensor-based LED light which turns on when someone walks underneath it. The flowers are designed to mimic those of the Chinese flame tree, which is commonly found in southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales. Residents of these areas are very familiar with their stunning array of spherical shaped flowers during summer. However, what many people don't realise is that these trees are actually an imported species and are considered a potentially harmful weed in Australia. Through mimicking these flowers in plastic, I'm able to symbolise the impact of the introduction of plastics into the natural environment like a weed, and speculate on the way in which plastics and nature are slowly becoming intertwined in Australian ecosystems. The bamboo used for the woven panel is made from a bamboo species native to tropical Queensland. It was selected for its material property of flexibility, which allows it to be twisted and woven into the desired shape. Furthermore, the twisted shape symbolises the way in which plastics are causing the native Australian environment to twist and change into something unnatural. To ensure the materiality and purpose behind this design piece is understood by viewers, a small plaque would be placed on the wall underneath the piece to educate viewers on the plastic waste problem. Ideally, it would be placed in a high traffic walkway near a garbage or recycling bin to further emphasise the argument. When analysing this work through Norman's emotional design lens, the visceral elements include the immediate sense of wonder that viewers get from viewing the work. There is an element of fun about the suspended flowers lighting up as the viewer walks underneath them. This interactive feature also lends itself well to the behavioural design element. The light-up flowers make the piece very engaging by encouraging the viewer to stand under the installation and make the lighting move. Finally, through the reflective lens, there is a great degree of symbolism and speculative thought that has already been outlined earlier. Finally, this design breaks away from the clean and green Australian design stereotype by presenting an issue that is quite literally the opposite of clean or green. It's rubbish that is affecting Australia's environment and reflects to viewers the impacts of what Australia may look like if their behaviour is not addressed. Thank you for watching.